Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining in on our e-course today. My name is Dr. Malcolm Tyson, and I'm the Managing Director at Stratascension. At Stratascension, we help CEOs and business leaders like yourself become better leaders, build innovative cultures, and create innovative businesses. You're in for a treat today. Today's lesson, we'll be introducing you to the buyer's journey from the perspective of what really matters to you and what you're really passionate about. So a couple of things. This is a replay, so you'll hear me refer to the chat quite a bit. In those moments, you can still participate, but obviously you won't be able to enter anything into the chat. What I suggest is that you keep notes and write your responses there, as well as any other thoughts or feelings you have as you engage with the content. Feel free to like and share this content with your team or colleagues, and leave any feedback you may have so that we can make this course even better. Thanks again, and I'll see you at the end of today's lesson. So again, welcome to the Buyer's Journey, a customer experience webinar. Let's first, before we jump into the content, let's jump into some housekeeping things that just want to make you guys aware of. And so I appreciate you all joining me for this training session, this webinar working session. I ask that you remain in the moment, refrain from multitasking and multi-switching. I am notorious for that. And so I know as business leaders, you all probably experience the same thing. So let's just try to focus here in the moment. Also, please feel free to use the chat to comment on anything you hear and add to the conversation. I'll be sort of trying to be interactive today, so the chat is where you can be interactive as well. Please let me know if I'm speaking too fast as I get excited about the topic. I enjoy talking about customer experience. I enjoy talking about innovativeness, and we will be touching on those topics today, and I will get a little excited. So please forgive me. Please let me know in the chat if I'm speaking too fast. And as I mentioned, there is an interactivity component of this webinar. So I will be asking you to participate in some activities, as well as asking you some questions. And they're not random. They will be about your business and about helping you transform or impact your business in a positive way. And lastly, I'll be presenting some no obligation offers at the end of this webinar. So you want to stay for that. But if you can't, the recording will be sent out to all attendees. All right. So let me introduce myself properly. I'm married to Tisha and have been married for 18 years. We have two wonderful sons. I founded Stratascension in 2015 as I was going through a bit of a transition point in my life, and I come to realize that many businesses lack the ability to consistently generate innovations in their operations and for their customers. And if they did produce any innovations, it was really in a reactive posture. So I founded Stratascension. It's an innovativeness strategy consulting firm that focuses on creating better leaders, building innovative cultures, and helping CEOs create innovative businesses using training such as this, technology, and innovative tools like Keep, which I'll be talking about a bit more later. And I'm always looking to connect with people and cultivate relationships. So while I'll be presenting some innovativeness hacks to you today, if you don't do any of what I recommend, just connect with me on social media, and you'll probably get some of this on my social media, but definitely you'll get more than this. All right. Look a little bit more about me. And my media exposure, I've either appeared on these outlets or have published articles within these outlets. The innovativeness imperative right there, sort of in the middle, is my podcast that I'm really excited about because it gives business leaders the platform to share and learn how they're using innovative strategies and tools to grow businesses and really ignite cultures for innovation. With everything we have going on in the world today, igniting the culture is a pretty big focus, and in igniting the culture in a positive way. I'm always looking for guests. So if you're interested in talking about the innovations you've created in the market, I'd be happy to talk with you. Let's connect. I'll put the link in the to the interest page in the chat. And if you're interested, just go to that page and sign up. Let me just plug it in here. I have most of my links already set up. Okay. All right. And let me just check the chat really quick. Okay. If you don't mind, just tell me, and I'm sorry I skipped this. Just let me know where you're from in the chat. Um, okay. And it looks like some people have already done that. Okay, so we got some DMV. Shout out to DMV, North Carolina. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Got any West Coast people in there? New York. Okay. Cali, California. It's like Sacramento. Awesome, awesome. Cool. All right. So what we'll cover today, um, we're going to talk about how we can inject innovativeness in your business by enhancing the customer's experience. We'll look at how you can package your services and design a more predictable and scalable sales process that's highly valuable to your prospects and your clients when it comes to making a decision about how to do business with you. By the end of this workshop, you will be able to recommend the right offering to the right people, simplify your sales process for you and your clients, cut the time it takes to get a decision in half. Like, those are awesome. Does that sound good? Does that sound exciting? I know I'm excited. All right, let's jump in. Why productize? Let's explore that question. While productizing your services allows you to be more profitable and scale your business faster, I want to take this question a bit deeper. I want to help you to really visualize the importance of what it is we're talking about today. To do this, we need to start by getting an understanding of what your time is worth to you. And that's the most important part. Many of us think that we need to understand what our time is worth to our customers and prospects, but it starts with, what is your time worth to you? Okay, so we're going to take some time here to uh, just think about what our time is worth to us. And I'm just going to set up some mood music. And if you've been to any of my other webinars, I have mood music. And so let me just set that up really quickly. And then we can jump back in. Okay. So if you will, I want you to zen out for me for a minute here. Okay. Please go ahead, close your eyes. And what I want you to do is this. With your eyes closed, I want you to think of the things that are most important to you. I want you to think about the things that you are most passionate about. These are often the things that make up our goals and our dreams. Now, don't clutter your thoughts with worrisome details like expenses and logistics, or how can I do that? Just focus on the things that you are passionate about. Another way to think about this is by asking yourself, where would I spend my time if my finances were unlimited? Or you may have heard this asked in a slightly different way. What would you do if money was not an issue? Some ideas may be mentoring other entrepreneurs or coaching business people, spending more time traveling, seeing the world, experiencing people and places that you haven't experienced before? How about helping the less fortunate, volunteering your time, your energy, and your talents to a cause that you're passionate about? Spending more time with your family could be an option. Maybe you would spend more time with your loved ones to experience life with them in a way that perhaps you currently aren't able to do. These are all things that you are passionate about. Now take all of this, of those people and things, and picture them as one. Picture it all as one. And I want you to just sit quietly for 30 seconds and take in what you now see in your mind. Simply take it in. What I want you to consider as you're picturing where you would spend your time, if finances were unlimited now, I want you to think about how much that time is actually worth to you. You might say it's priceless, but maybe you want to put a number on it. Maybe 5,000, 10,000, $1 million an hour. I don't know. But think about it. How much is that time actually worth to you? The time with the people and the things and the events and the places, those things that you are most passionate about. Now, based on how much that time is worth to you, ask yourself the question: am I giving my time away to my clients? Are you charging your clients what your time is actually worth? Is there a gap between what you think you're worth and what you're charging your clients? All right, let's get back to the business world. Let's bring our consciousness back to the moment now. It's very likely you're billing your clients by the hour, feeling like you don't have enough time. Or if you're using a value based billing methodology, you're still feeling as though there's a gap between the value you're providing and your actual worth. Or you may be noticing that a lot of leads go dark on you. If any of these situations fit, then you're likely trading hours for dollars. And there's a very good chance that you're making it too hard for prospects to make a decision about whether or not to hire you. To start with, your product or service and the price you sell it for ultimately needs to represent the value of what you're selling and the results, return on investment of your services, not necessarily the time it takes to deliver. It's also likely that you may be pulling your prospects through your sales process. And maybe you felt the resistance, but often you don't feel the resistance until they disappear on you, and therefore placing you in a reactive posture. That's when things start to change. You start to pull harder. So now things have changed from serving your prospect to serving yourself, and that doesn't feel good. And they feel it too. If you're lucky enough to still get the deal, it's because you've had to do some major repairing. And don't beat yourself up too much. This is the most popular business model out there and traditionally taught in business schools. Okay, so maybe you're asking now, how can I save myself from all of this frustration, drama, and misery? Well, it's done through what's called the buyer's journey. Simply defined, the buyer's journey is a way for you to create a predictable process that will keep both you and your prospect in sync. Instead of pulling them through the sale, you'll guide them through a simple journey that ends in a decision. This is just one facet of the customer experience. Customer experience involves all of the sensory and cognitive and behavioral responses a consumer may have during all the stages of their interaction with a brand during the consumption process. We'll be highlighting the pre purchase stage today. So to make sure things go well at the end, let's go back to the beginning. Because when things go wrong at the end, it's often the result of something much earlier upstream in the process. So when you master the beginning of your sales process, the end becomes a lot easier and much, much more rewarding. It's like the old IT saying, garbage in equals garbage out. Hi, it's me again. That's all we've got for today's lesson. Thank you for joining me, our team at Strat Ascension, and other e-learners to learn more about the buyer's journey. We appreciate you signing in and hope you learn more about what really matters to you and how that affects the prices you charge. We'll see you in the next lesson. And remember, excellence is a habit.